All right, hello and welcome. This is Lucy the Bold. So, um, got a few minutes before 1 o'clock. I just wanted to get set up and make sure that everything is up and running. So, we'll wait for a few minutes here, make sure everything's working correctly, and that some of our viewers are online. And I will be reiterating a few things throughout the course of the videotaping because I am going to do a 4-hour live stream today, so I will be taking breaks as needed. Get into the game here. All right. Make sure I have everything that I needed. Got my foods made. So this is what I've been using while I've been playing. I don't have the recipe yet for making the milkshake yet, so, and it's primarily because I don't have all the animals collected. But the glimmering gentian tea I'm using, and then of course the pumpkin soup because of the +6 to health regeneration and the stamina boost, and it helps with the frost resistance. And then of course the beef stew because of constitution and strength also adds to health regeneration and frost resistance. So the other day when I was on, I actually made it to level 35 and have my 150 points. Weapon wise, what I am using now is the Greater Golden Twin Flame Sword. It is only level 37, but fully upgraded. It's doing 104 damage, which is nice. And what makes this sword so nice and appealing is that it does 4 different things. It does cutting, ice, fire, and shock damage. And then I put the gem of toxic betrayal in, so that way, you know, landing a backstab on an enemy applies damage. Now, I typically, because I am a fighter, I'm not doing quite as much backstabbing, but, you know, I do use the mage dash, so I run into them, and I have the ability then of being able to hit them from the backside. Sorry, I have a frog in my throat. So the other thing I have is a level 39 battering ram, because this girl is primarily going to be a two-handed fighter. Okay, we'll just go with that. So 182 base damage, ice and blunt. You know, that's great. And then my moderator was just asking me questions. So I am currently recording, and I will break these down into 1-hour bits. And then that way I will also post them onto YouTube. So parry power, attack speed, you know, gem of retaliation. It's only level 13 right now. It's got a long ways to go to get it completely maxed out. but this is an excellent gem that I've already seen a lot of good things from. Oh, well, hello there. Yeah, I am not Joe. Excellent. Thank you for watching. Okay, I'm also using the Avalanche starter bow. Alright. I actually like this bow better than I do the brand new Dragon bow. So I'm going to stay with this bow for now until I can find a legendary one. So I put the gem of fracturing in this one. Okay, which killing an enemy with blunt damage has a 38.1% chance to create homing bone shards that pierce for 26 blunt damage. So that's really good for a bow. The wand, I carry a wand just in case if I have somebody that's right below me and I'm above them, you know, because sometimes because of the way the screen is set, even though it doesn't look like you have something in your way, you can't use the bow. So I have the wand because the wand can shoot over the side of objects. And this wand does fire and shock damage. And then I put the gem of skulls. My spouse was very fond of this saying, and I think this is kind of true with this. If it's a bright sunny day on a Tuesday at noon, you have a 42% chance of spawning a level 13 companion skull head. So I don't really use it all that much, but I have it. And of course that level, and hopefully the spawn chance rate will go up as well as the level as I get points put into it. Superior health potion, and then if I need to recharge my mana for flight, then I have the superior mana potions. So character screen, 150 points, currently all used up. So I have jump attack, double jump, and jump attack 2, and then vigorous deflection. Okay, on this tree, the Beastmaster tree, I did go up to get some poison resistance because it always helps. I am thinking about redoing my skill points because I was a little short by 4 of being able to pick up the Ranger to get that extra endurance and extra dexterity and the extra critical chance and critical damage. Excuse me. And then of course marksman, you need that, and then sharpshooter helps when you have to hit something with a bow. Of course on the assassin tree I have the updraft and then airborne. Very little going on the mage trees. Okay, so we have arcane deflection and then blink. I like blink, and then I took blink attack and an emergency blink. That way if I get stunned, I can go ahead and blink to get unstuck. On the tank tree, shiny plates, no brainer. Heavy plates, no brainer. Evasive attack, battle heal, and then warden, tower, earth aura. I like earth aura, and then thick skin. And then underneath the warrior tree, pretty much just went straight up the center. And the reason why I went up the center is this is all hammer damage, okay? Whereas this is piercing, and since I don't typically use my sword as much. You know, slash damage, swift blades. Okay. And then this one here increases your constitution attribute by 1 for, and then you get increased health by 200 per attribute point. So all of my constitution points add up into my health. And then the last tree I'm using is the barbarian tree, heavy-handed. This is great because of using, you know, heavy weapons. Feast gives me an additional 15%. Breaching to overpower. Shockwave, so if I do a double jump and come down on top of something, it's going to feel it. Heavy specialization. Okay. Lets me hit faster with my two-handed weapon. And then blood rage. So all those years of playing D&D, I think really paid off for me. A great deal. Yes. Yes, definitely. Yep. So I want to show you guys my tree house because it's a never-ending, constantly changing, thriving. And some of you, you know, this is going to be the first time. So most of my walls are not big enough to put the banner onto the wall, so I'm using them as carpeting, and I do like them. Alright, so I got some nice view from outside. You know, I'm going to end up doing something with this. Not sure what. Most likely I'll put all of my collectibles up here on the display stands. And then I left this open so I can actually come out, and as I get more materials, I'm adding to it to cover up the stone. Okay, so this is the top of my tower. And then of course I have the wire. So very defensible place. Even though we don't have to worry about things necessarily attacking our bases in this game, I still think in terms of D&D, you know, and wanting to fortifications, you know, stuff like that, because we don't really know down the road where this game is going to go. And now that they brought in the roaming patrols, you know, I could see them very easily having patrols that will attack bases they can reach. I think that would be cool to a certain extent, you know. Maybe have an on and off switch for it, but yeah. Okay, so this is the next floor. I have Crowley, the collector. And then we have a bathroom up here. Still gotta get windows in some of these places. This is Miyin for the new year. And I still need to get a couple of her snake statues put out. This is Ramon Jones. Oh. He is my secretary slash bookkeeper. That's what he did in real life. Alright, we come down here. This is my room. Alright, it's very sparse. Once again, it's going to take a long time to get all these rooms organized. This is where Emily Frey, my cook, sleeps at. Okay, and then I have another full-size bathroom right here. To lift up the sink, you use XYZ. So you put your countertop in, and then use XYZ to lift the sink in place. Alright, we come downstairs here. This is my main living quarters. Have another full-size bathroom. Trophy head. What's that? The, yeah. Yes. Well, and then of course we forgot my favorite, which is Fireball. Blast it with fire. So I got my little patio. And then this is the Starlight block on the outside. And yeah, it was quite a pain putting all the rows and vines up, but I think the effect speaks for itself. Alright, we'll go down one more floor. I have a little sitting area here with a beautiful view. Alright, so this is my flame shrine. Keebler elves, ha! They have nothing on my place. My place is huge. Musical instruments. This is the Bard, Valerie. Valerie has her own porch. And so this is a dead tree. Just letting you know, there's no leaves on it. It is a dead tree. Alright.
Hello.
This is one of my latest acquisitions. Anton. Okay.
See ya.
And then of course we have the cosmetic station. I have a dog now. And then this is Emily Frey. She's my cook. This is her kitchen. And it's still a work in progress. I got a lot more things I want to add into here. Alright, so now we're going to go downstairs. I have a well here. That way I don't have to go so far. Okay, and then we have the blacksmith right here.
Welcome.
Alright. And then we have his daughter, who is also a blacksmith. And this is their little home. And then we have the carpenter, Kane. And then his niece, Aunt Braylon. And this is their home. It's going to take me a long time to get all these places up to where I want them to be at. The hunter. This is the hunter's home. And then he is also a hunter. Alright, now we'll come down here. This is my main garden area. And yes, those plants that are waving are new plants that you get out of the shroud. Now, the ones in the shroud will attack you. These are domesticated plants. And then I have the other farmer right here. Now, he's going to be moving. He's going to be over at my barn when I get the barn ready and get him settled. These are my beehive smokers. They're actually just beehives, but I put the dryers in, fur dryers on either side, to give them a what is the word, apiary type of look to it. So it's something different, you know. And then an old bathtub with some plants in it. Alright. Whoops, got stuck. And then down here, I made a little spot, and that's the Dragon Flame altar. After you unlock the dragon, Again, another view up. Okay, so this is another level. And then there is a tree arm right there that attaches to that platform. And then over here, this is going to be kind of like probably more like a Victorian garden when I'm done. It'll have a bunch of plants and stuff, and a place to sit. The benches wrap all the way around it. This gives you another view of this tree. I have a couple more survivors over here in their home. And she is taking a nap. And then, what would be a tree city without a barber? So this is the barber shop. He is the latest Rico. Rico? Yeah, Rico. And you can literally, if you wanted to be a man one day, you could make yourself a man, give yourself different skin color, change your hair colors, give them a beard, whatever it is that you want. You could do purple beard or blue beard and red hair. You can change their eye colors. You can even change the voices. And then all you have to do is apply changes. Alright, so this is his shop. One of the things I do mention each time I play this is initially we thought that there was only 3 styles of wigs. There's actually 4. I do have videos posted on YouTube on all 4 wigs if you want to know their location. Got another well here. And then in this door is Gabriella. She is the knight for my place. And then up here we have the alchemist. Both of them are alchemists, actually. I just put them together because I was thinking, you know what? I'm going to make them husband and wife. So this is their home. And then they have a little patio. Alright, I've got one more level down here. He is also another soldier that you find, but he doesn't want to be a soldier. This is his little house here and his bed. And then I have these two, mother and daughter. And this is their place. Still a work in progress. I had to put the fencing up to keep my goats, which are going to be moving over to the barn, locked away. And then this is going to be a new place, and I will have a home for the last 3 survivors. This is a huge bridge project that I am working on so very, very slowly. I got one side of the wall done. Now I just need to make this round like that on each one of those columns. I will take the walls down, the pillars that I'm building down as far as I can go, but I cannot get all the way down to the jungle floor. And then I have underneath this construction rampart, there is another walkway down below that will tie into this place. So, over here, is my farm. And I've still got construction going on it. But it is a different looking farmhouse. You know. And then I use the post in here for supports, but I'll put straw in here, bedding, and then, you know, each of these areas are for different types of animals. And then the opening is for throwing straw and feed down through. I put the little bar here for now. Just as a way to keep the animals out when I get them over here. But this will be like the office for the barn, because, you know, we have milking cows and, well, milking goats. You know, and then here's the bulletin board for the daily events. And then I'll stick a bathroom back here for the people that work here. And then this will have a beam going out from it for bringing supplies up. And I did not have doors that were wide enough, so I used 2 of these. Alright, let's go back. We'll go up. So this is the bridge, and then I think I'm going to turn it into a covered bridge. So that is this place in its entirety so far. So now what I want to do is we are going to go out this way. Sun Temple Waypoint. No, that wasn't where I was wanting to go. I need to clear that. Yeah. Gertrude's dogs. Alright. Know what I'm looking for? Oh, here it is. I put a customized marker down. So we're going to go out here to Bellfire Garrison Windward. And I should have one of my last 2 survivors over there. Alrighty, gonna eat some foods. And use the heater pack. You take frost damage up here. That's how high up you are. Him and I have a future date for his destruction. He just doesn't know it yet. Alright. Let me see here. Okay. Roughly going in that direction. Tally ho. Should be this place coming up here. So you have to light all of the Bellfire Garrison's lights to be able to spawn the dragon to get that quest started. So what I'm going to do is, though, I'm going to start back here where this starts at. Okay. Alrighty. Huge fortress garrisons. Get over here. Alright, where's the other one? Alright, sometimes when you kill things, you want to check their nest. This guy's got a hole in his nest. Sometimes they'll have things in there. 9 times out of 10, they don't. And then you want to look to see if there's hidden doorways, which there is. Level 36, Staff of the Ram. I'll take it just because it's breakdown materials. Yep, so we're going to go back over this way. And then I like to break things. I love breaking things. It gives me a lot of satisfaction to do so. Plus, it's an excellent way to get resources. And, well, that was a strange sound. Okay, so here is that is weird. I don't know if it's coming from the skeleton or what. Maybe there's a bird on the other side. Gunther Gale Forth. There must be a bird outside or something. You can take the books. I'm not cut out for this. Bellfire Garrison. Oh, let's see here. So this is kind of like his story. You know. Man, I don't know what it is that's out there. Yeah, that's my guess. Is that it is actually a bird. Aha! And I love it how they have, you know, like books sitting out here in the open rain, because, you know, why not? It's a random drop too as to what will come out of a wooden item. Alright, so now we'll come over here. Alright, so we got a ladder. A ladder going up. And we got another book. Read. There we go. Wind Riders. Aha. 2 birds. Come back here. And yes, you could be accidentally pulled off of the roof. Because it's not a guarantee that when you latch onto something that you're not going to get lifted up. Alright. So, standing by these flame altars does replenish your health and your warmth, frost resistance. Alright, so let's go. Let me take the custom marker off. That's blinking because the dragon needs a beating. Alright, let's go back to my home. Okay, we need to make a crude bed for him. Oh, stream. Alright, and then I gotta grab a summoning wand. And we'll give this poor chap a roommate until I can get their home built for them. Alright, so this is a list of all your craftspeople. These are your primaries. These are the ones that the game originally started out with the exception of the Bard and Mien, because those two weren't in the initial game. And then Risi was just added with this last update. Okay, you have 5 assistants. So the idea behind having the assistants is if I have 2 bases on my world, and if anybody's watched my videos, they know that I have multiple bases, then you can take these people and station them at another place. Alright, the survivors, these people pretty much are worthless at this point. Initially, they were designed with the idea that the game would have you assign them tasks. Okay, so I only have one more person I need to sit there and go find. So we're going to get Gunther, who we just got. And we're going to put him right there.
Hello.
And then I'm going to turn off his range of motion, because until I get him parked into a house, I don't want to have to deal with hunting him down. You got a bed. I just gave you a bed. Dippy doo dah. You've got a bed. Oh, you know what?
Bye.
There. I forgot to assign it to him.
Huh?
There we go.
Ah.
Why am I not on my post, and who are you? A little background story, if you're not familiar with this game, is that all of humanity was killed off about 30 years ago. You were put into a stasis pod. And then when you awoke, you were blended with the Flame Shrine, which gives you certain abilities that normal humans would not have. And now, with the game being the way it is, the idea is that you are trying to repopulate the world by conquering all of the bad stuff. So, but it's crazy because the world is in such a state of disarray and the buildings are so degraded that you would not anticipate 30 years doing so much damage to massive structures. Alright, so we got him. Ancestor's weapon. Okay, now I need to go down here because the last person that I need, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be down here in this village because this is low tide and Scatterbone. Scatterbone is what I'm looking for. Yeah. Yep. So I'm thinking it's going to be this area, so we're going to put that there. I have 4 characters on 4 separate worlds, and every time they do a major update, I make a new character because the land has changed, the world has changed a lot. Okay, so if you're new to Uncharted, these things, just like your Flame Shrine, have information for you when you first activate them. They are also a point of respawn. And yes, this is a massive tower. Okay, and you have to work your way through a bunch of puzzles and stuff to get up to it. Alright, so Scatterbone, if I'm not mistaken, I actually think it's right over there. So we're going to go over to this one first. Beautiful day for flying. It does make the pilot in me wish I still had pursued that to its fullest. Yes, there are massive dragon bones everywhere. Let's fly over this place and see if it listed as Scatterbone. One new location. This is Shore Watch. Okay, so it is going to be this place over here. Alright. Those are armadillos. Alright. This is one of the things I like about the game, is the world is huge. It's also very deadly, can be deadly. But it's also great for building and exploration. Alright, so now we're going to go over to there, because that should be the place that we want. This is Shroud, down below us. And then they have traps. Yep, he's just got bones on him. Yep, this is Scatterbone. The big guys with the green butter knives are very fierce. Have a lot of hit points. They also give you some of the best rewards. I did not set that off. Oh, I see him. He's up there. Alright. We will go say hi to him. Hey, don't break apart your place. All right. Well, let's go inside of here. Might as well make the rounds. So yes, you can sleep in the beds if it's nighttime. Lockpicks. Bye-bye. Ta-ta for now. Oops. Where's he at? Oh. Alright. Oh, yes. My favorite things. Explodey barrels. See if that wakes up any of the natives. Not that I haven't already been causing grief and havoc. No, don't do that. Grief and havoc in the game. Alright. Now, this particular city actually has two mothers in it that are bosses that I will be activating here in just a second as I get close enough. Yes, the rats want to kill you in this game. The assumption is that they are just starving and flesh is good. Oops. Nope, cannot make that. Ha! I heard you coming up from behind. Not so sneaky. And you do use all the resources that you find in this game. It is one of the things I like about it, because it is resource intensive, but it's worthwhile. Okay, Big Bad Mama, where are you? There she is. One down. All right. There she is. Poison damage. That's the reason why you take that. Now, I do have an antidote. Okay, so they usually give you pretty good loot. Plus you use their heads for trophies on your walls. Ooh, Gem of Focus Light. Oh, there we go. And I often thought too that this village should have a paint set like some of the other big ones do, but I've not found one out here. Ha! More of my favorite things. Rain down destruction. Okay, so now to get these doors open, and then there's one over there on the other side. Oh hey, there's some valuable things over here. That one. And that one. Okay, so we got that one done. And then when you come up here, can't tell I haven't played this game. Alright, turn around. Boom, it's going to open up the doors. This is also the dungeon that you get the last survivor out of, and you also get the high-end glider from. And there is a monster in here. Fish fossil. Oh yeah, the survivor I think is out in the yard underneath the ground. Should go get him before I forget about it. Or is he upstairs? I don't remember now. There's a centurion walking around here somewhere. Thought I seen him. Maybe he's upstairs. Nice. Alright, and then these things, you want to collect them. Oh, my backpack's full. Okay, this is where you start breaking things down that you're not going to use. And I got plenty of bone back at my place. Let's see here. That is not very good, not compared to what I'm using. Alright, I got 1, 2, 3 stacks of those. I don't need any pelts. Don't need rubble. And then I'm gonna stop picking up those things. Alright, here in about 8 minutes or so, we're going to take a short break. Be time for people to go get snacks, use the bathroom, whatever, and then return. Ah, those are the type of loots that I need. Ooh, glass. Nice. There's somebody running around upstairs. There's a Centurion. Yeah, nothing good. Alright, come over here. That is Hugo van der Hall. He's actually a musician. I think he looks a lot more like a Undertaker, to be honest. Okay. No, I didn't open the door. Now push the button. Alright, so we got 4 buttons that we got to find. Hey, nails. I'll take nails. So you come over here. There's another button. Unfortunately, some of the buttons do turn things on. Here's the 3rd button. I wasn't expecting the bird to follow me inside. Oh, that's crazy. Let's see here. 4th button. Nope. Yeah. Alright, I got that one turned off. Yeah, I got... Looks like I got the bookshelf, I think was over here. Yeah. Yep, I got that one turned off. Yes, I did get that one right here. Ouch. Yep, let me go downstairs because I don't think... currently looking for the other one. Nope. Well, when all else fails, you get the MasterCard out. You get the MasterCard out. Okie dokie. Get up here and get inside of this door, and then we are almost at the top. This way, come up the ramp. Alright, and then the ghost glider will be in this chest. Okay, and then you come out here, climb up on this. Whoops. Come up here. Now there's going to be a bird up here. So try to loot the chest first, because I have been knocked off of this tower before. Okay, with that being said, I am going to take a quick break, and we will be back in about 3 minutes or so. So everybody hang out, go get drinks, use the bathroom, get snacks, and we'll be right back. Thank you.